Hello viewers, and welcome back to Endless Legend. Look at this. This map exchange with Green has been very, very good to us. So the blue settler's on the way to Massware, and when that's done, it's probably all the nations in the world, or all the regions in the world settled. I'm going to check up here for another island, but I think Massware may be the last unsettled land on the planet. One thing I did want to note is how interesting the regions really make the game play very differently than other things of this genre. Look at Pink's country. Pink only has 5 regions, but look at how many tiles. I think their country's larger than ours is. But and having all of this land to work, and a lot of 4Xs would be like super cool, having all this land within your borders. But in Endless Legend, it's almost wasted. Like, anything that's not within a city border is not of value to you. Also, hold on, let's look at Redalta. Redalta is very developed. This is a pretty big city. Oh, it's the city that has the Alchemic Institute. The science-themed legendary building. This is a pretty city. Oh, this minor faction village is super cool looking. I've never actually looked at this style of village up close before, I think. That is so neat. Man, this game is awesome looking. I really, really like the sort of the hand-carved miniatures style of it. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about victory. As far as dust goes, we are currently the people who are making the most dust. We are still way, way, way off of a dust victory, but everybody's so low on this. If we can just pump our dust production, we're going to be in a really good place. And it's important to remember that right now it's winter. A couple more points here. A couple more turns here on this winter. When winter ends, our dust output is going to shoot through the roof. So what do we have to do right now? We have to keep our dust thing going. So this is what we did last time. But I think we want to pick up some economy and population stuff. We are currently at 82% approval. If we dropped 25 points to 57%, we would no longer be happy. Happiness, first of all, is a pretty big bonus to your total dust output, and secondly, being happy is influencing our output even more because it's keeping our Museum of Auriga turned on. So that's of value to us, staying happy. Let's talk about what we can do here. Look, to get up to here would be 735, or would be 525 by itself. So basically, what we can do here is like this. Yeah, it's better. We really need to, if we want to have a chance at this, we have to get out to here, which means we need more influence. We need to be generating more influence. Alright, well, we just finished our researches. This is a time to pick up influence techs. Right, we have all the relevant direct dust techs. Yeah. So let's go back and scoop up Glory of Empire, I think. Wait, Glory of Empire is +5 per city, +1 per working citizen. This is +2 from the city center and +2 from each district. And also gives us the national arena in one of our cities. This is the way better play, I think. We are going to want to research some more military technologies, but for right now, actually, we're totally cool on military. Oh, the reason that we're done researching stuff is because we just finished the hospitality den. We have 27 influence. We probably can't actually make deals with anybody with 27 influence. Okay, Right, these guys were going to try to make it up to the coast to retrofit and then get back before the winter ends to kill that Guardian for that quest. I think that's probably not happening. It's okay. We'll be alright. We probably do need to make more military, though. Just so that we're not such an easy target. Alright, blue is doing okay this game. They're working. So we actually have enough. We have enough glass steel that we can start making our. We have enough glass steel that we can start making dust depositories in our non-essential cities. That's a good thing. Alright, we're up over a K per turn. And again, our dust output is super depressed during the winter. When this winter breaks, we're going to be in a really good place. I don't want to spend a lot of our dust right now because I intend to, first of all, I intend to rush by influence buildings, a lot of influence buildings. But secondly, I intend to retrofit these guys. Okay, so, yeah, populations are growing. Winter has ended. The next winter, it looks like it's probably going to be minus 30% attack on all units. I am 1,000% fine with that. We did not find any spies in Renar. We did not find any spies in Jayen. That's bullshit. There's spies in both of those cities. We are going to have to do some plus security research, it looks like. That's fine. We have time for that. So is the best plus security research we have access to still this one? It looks like. Inquisitor's divinity in every city. Keeping our citizens happy is providing us with some measure of free security, which is nice. Okay, 1146. But basically any city that has multiple districts should build one of those. That's not as many of my cities as it should be, actually. This city's working on it. Actually, we should rush build these two. It's worth spending dust to dramatically accelerate the rate at which we accumulate dust. Okay, and I can't believe that city didn't have one of those already. Alright, so our influence should, we're at 32, plus 32 right now. This number should shoot up pretty dramatically. Yeah, plus 74. Okay, now we're in a place where we can afford to make some deals. Oh, I forgot about this. If we return to the ruins and inspect them, we will get tech to make terrible garbage armor. No, thank you. Perhaps in time I will accomplish this. It is not any kind of goal for now. Okay, let's we'll deal with that in a second. I just want to know what else is out here. It looks like I might be, I might have been right. Looks like there may not be another region. Also, they haven't actually settled Messware yet. I'd like it. It would be cool to have. Dye is a resource that is totally valuable. I kind of want to buy a settler. I'm just concerned that as soon as I did it, they would be like, no. As soon as I bought the settler, they would immediately settle it. Okay, so we can buy an alliance with these guys. They're not interested in very much of what we have. Oh, they love pearls. Here, you can have some dust. It's much easier for me to get dust than it is for me to get pearls. So, what do you reckon? 1,000? 1,000's high. We're gonna... 780 is probably too low. No, actually. But it's got to be close. Or maybe not. Okay. The absolute bare minimum that we have to give them is 753. Okay, we can afford to spend 78 influence on such a deal. That's fine. And now pink should be... Oh wow, pink will do straight up. Pink will give us stuff, probably. Maybe not. Like, how about 200 dust? No, okay. 10 dust. No. They would give us 5 dust if I was willing to pay 88. You know what? That's fine. Look, we're all buddies now. Power and control. They're all about it. Alright. And then the positive diplomatic pressure of the fact that they are friends and we are friends with both of them. They were allied already. So we should be able to maintain this power block. Green is at active war with both red and purple. What about you? You're at war with red. It's weird that red is still in the game. Their territory was almost completely taken from them a long time ago. So let's have a look real quick at... there's something I want to see. The diplomatic victory condition. Your empire must have earned 1,350 diplomatic points. Diplomatic points are obtained by being at peace or allied with other empires and by investing influence points into diplomatic contracts that improve relations. It's a little murky. I don't know exactly how it works. Given that Green has both of us as allies, they're going to be producing those diplomatic points at the same rate we are, so the fact that they're ahead of us means that they'll stay ahead. But we might be able, if we can get an alliance going with one of the other factions, maybe blue, we might be able to pull ahead. Diplomatic victory is not impossible to win. It does happen. By the way, 465 dust per turn from trade routes. Look at this. Oh, we should make commercial agreements, because suggesting those is free because of our racial benefit. So, commercial agreement? Yeah. Research agreement? Yeah. Check that out. Take advantage of their superior research. I guess I should tell you guys what those are. So let's comb through these here. Both empires reveal their... When you're allied with somebody, you get to see their explored tiles and the current vision of all of their units. We have a bonus to our influence because of our alliance. Doesn't report it there. We gain influence when we kill units of our allies' enemies. So if we went into green territory and killed those red troops that we saw, we would get some influence. And some diplomatic points, I think. Not 100% sure. We can use each other's roads. We do not suffer the retaliation damage of our defensive structures. And dust gains and science gains from shared trade routes are increased. That's what commercial and research agreements do, these last two things. So, what's up, Blue? How would you feel about an alliance? You're not a fan. Wow, you're really not a fan. 2100 dust only changes their mind that tiny amount. I would really like to be friends with you. Seriously. I think it would be a good idea if we were buddies. Alright. We'll try to figure out a way to break them. We want to be friends with Blue. Think about the trade, man. Look at how far away some of their cities are from ours. Big deal. Also, let's zoom out a little bit more so that we can't see the city tiles, or the city plates, because it's actually slowing the game down. Oh right, we were gonna do a thing for these guys. So, let's... we'll do this. But for now, let's just revolutionize our units a little bit. Dust Rust is still on. Only one contribution has been made, and sadly it's Adamantium that is the resource that counts. That's a real shame. Danish doesn't have their Adamantium extractor up, do they? I just realized. Get that online. So for now, retrofitting our units is going to be intensely expensive, but I think that it's worth doing. We have a big supply of palladium. We're getting it relatively quickly. 6 is not as much as I actually was thinking it was. Alright, so Tier 1 dust armor. Our army has to be relatively upgraded so that the AI will think that we are potentially a threat and will not mess with us too much. Improved life is super worth it, in part because the AI does not know how to calculate the strength of an army, and it uses life as the most important part of the calculation. Those are your mechs that we just upgraded, so let's upgrade the dervishes as well. So every extra point of life you give your units is considered to be more important than the points of dust or the points of other stats that they are given. So what are we rolling? We're rolling with the big hammers for stun. I think that's a good idea. I like stun. This is minus 12 initiative plus 6 initiative? It's odd that they wrote that way. Well, their other option is to get a long spear, which would make us cavalry slayers. Get way more initiative that way. No, I want the stun. Wait, does stun only work on attack? It does only work on attack, so if we tank our initiative out too much, it won't be that effective. So this gives plus 15% life. This gives plus 15% attack. This is defense. I wish I had access to some shields that gave us initiative. Well, right now, these are some pretty expensive units. I think we're going to go for this one, in part because plus life makes the computer think your units are better than they are, and in part because we can only afford to spend so much more palladium. And then we're going to get this, and these. I like Sharp Sense a lot. It's really easy to get, as you've seen in previous Let's Plays where we were the ones doing it all the time, it's really easy to get stymied by ranged units in combat, and this helps with that. So wait, this quest appears to still be open. But it shouldn't be, right? Well, I guess let's go down there and see what's what. If that guy is still there and we can kill him and get the rewards, that would be cool. I would think that quest would have failed when the dark season ended. Okay, green is making progress against purple. It makes me a little nervous because, well, because they're doing really well militarily, which means they're going to have a lot of land. Should the National Arena be in the capital? My concern is that the people in the capital are probably going to stay on dust for the foreseeable future. And that the National Arena might be better suited in a city that was more interested in dust production. But then I had a thought. There's no city in our empire that's going to put all of its people on influence. That's ridiculous. So, never mind. This city is large enough population-wise that it should probably start expanding. The question is, do I want to move so that we can put an intensifier on the grass silk. Right now, I think the grass silk's coming in quickly enough that we can keep the booster rolling. And we're not going to gain a bunch more cities, probably, so no, I think we're fine. Yeah, go ahead and build an abbey. Okay, so this city does have a triangle. This city has kind of a strange shape to it now that we built the extra burrows. But more burrows means more influence. Here, we'll construct a burrow here, and that will level up this Abbey of Anomalies. And then we can just kind of make a bigger triangle. Right? That's a real strategy, right? It can be a triangle with like a snaky shape sticking out the side, too, as long as you build it so that the vast majority of the... Well, not so the majority, but so that a normal majority of the spaces are level 2. It doesn't really matter what the actual shape is. Also, we are going to go and collect all of these pearls, because it's important to have pearls. Alright, Jayen is probably not going to get harassed by purple too much more, because purple has more pressing concerns. I would think that they're going to use their heroes to deal with green in whatever way they can. Strikes far, gaining levels, good work. Plus 14 food on your city. Nobody ask where the food's coming from. Made that joke last episode, I'm pretty sure. If you watch the Necrophages Let's Play, then you know where the food's coming from. Okay, they did settle Mossware, and I think they closed their borders to us. Let's compliment them. We're going to start working on their icy hearts. How about... Look, we just think that you have a cool empire. Your clothes are neat. I like your haircut with the braids. That's cool. I like that thing you do where you sweep your hand to the side and it makes your whole body kind of puff up for a moment. That's neat. Don't you think we could be friends? There you go. See? She's starting to come around. Next step is we find some common ground. We talk to each other from there. We'll be friends in no time. I should say something nice to her about the weird technology that her people keep pulling out of the ground. So, we're not going to be able to actually get in there, right? She did close her borders to us. I'm not imagining that. Yeah. $831 dust per turn. This is beautiful. Friendship is beautiful. We are actually trading with them. That's right. We do have the one city where we can trade with them. And I mean, you'll note, the trade route with them is our most lucrative by a pretty significant margin. We just got to keep working on it, man. Also, wait a second. How many heroes do we have? Is this it? 6? And we have cities that don't have governors. We have 2 cities that don't have governors. And we have 3,000 dust. Let's solve all of these problems at the same time. I guess having 3,000 dust isn't technically a problem. Food and industry boost. You're hired. Do we have access to one that has a nice dust boost on them? Industry boost too is not bad. Army vision range boost. Man, the Alayi heroes are so neat. Army damage and army initiative boost. Wow. You are a cool unit. Influence boost 3, that's not bad. So, dust boost 3, there we go. You are the guy. You are the guy for me. You know what? You also are hired, because we really should have spies. Right? Aren't we just, like, not getting value? Do you know how I feel about not getting value? I don't feel good about it, that's how. I wish we could see that city. I'd love to get a spy into red territory, just because they're the ones that we don't really care about making friends with. We could maybe, well... Actually, is there anything we really want to do? We maybe want to spy on green? I just don't want green to win the game before we do. And they're kind of kicking ass on a couple of these metrics, you know? Economic victory. We're catching up quick. Look at how much ground we're gaining. So I guess I can't actually use a spy to get any more dust or to make my cities any more... Man, maybe I don't need a spy at all. Well, that spy can be a second army commander if it comes right down to it. Wait, which city is which? Dinej actually probably needs Weresigo because Dinej needs to be more self-sufficient. And you can do that. Okay. We do need to level those guys up. They have unspent skill points. So, your skill tree... Plus dust on terrain with dust. Yup. And then, yeah, also dust trickery. We actually want more of those guys. We want more Broken Lords. Okay, wait, we also do have... Well, now we have a spy. I bought an extra unit, and now we have a guy that I don't know what to do with. I think we want a spy. Right? You would not be a bad military commander, though. Plus 8 damage, plus 10% damage, plus 4 initiative, plus 10% initiative. This is not terrible. But do we really need a second army? Do I need a second army? That's ridiculous. Of course I need a second army. So I don't know that we can actually do anything with the spy that would be useful. We're going to make this guy a military commander. He can command the vine snakes. We do need to show the computers that we have some military strength. They can't think that we're an easy target or we'll definitely get conquered. Speaking of which, I think these guys are just headed back to the mainland now. Don't think there's anything for us but to head back to the mainland and leave Dinej sort of to its own devices. I doubt the computer will attack Dinej, even if they do decide to attack us. The AI does not, in my experience, deal that well with, yeah, see, we're all friends. Deal that well with water and islands. In fact, I'm surprised to see Blue settle this, Also, apparently I was wrong about the, apparently I was wrong about the grass silk because we didn't actually produce enough grass silk to run the booster. We're slightly short. Alright, well, in a turn we'll turn it back on. This one archer has gotten us so many pearls. We'll get the ones by the coast now. And Snake Army. You know what pearls are at the very least? Is good trade fodder. People seem to always want to have lots of pearls. Although I think at this point we're not going to initiate any new trades. Until we have... what do you call it? Until we've settled our next empire plan. Go ahead and make the hydromiel deposit or extractor. Hydromiel is not a terribly valuable resource, but it does improve our dust. which is something that we definitely want. Wait, Alondarin. You know what Alondarin needs is actually burrows. Yeah, we need to complete the triangle there. That'll help our influence even more. I know I just said I wasn't going to do anything until my next Empire plan, but implement on blue should have taken good effect by now. Let's just have a look at how they feel about an alliance, see if anything's changed. This is not blue. Okay. Actually, they seem less resistant. Yeah, we can almost get there. How would they feel about a big stack of pearls? Ooh, they like the pearls. We could get there right now, couldn't we? 88 plus 88. No, we actually couldn't. We don't quite have the influence necessary. Because it would be a bunch of pearls and a bunch of dust, which would be 166, 176, plus the 30. Yeah, it'd be 200 influence just to make that deal. And that's with the reduced cost from the complement. Crazy talk. I don't know why they're so reticent to ally. We have all the money. Don't you want some of this money? Plus, allying with them could be beneficial in that it might make purple and green and pink less likely to attack them, which might mean less expansion for green and pink, which slows their roll a little bit victory-wise. Slows the growth of their economies. Turns out, war itself is not great for your economy, but the extra land that you get from a war is pretty great for your economy. Wait. Okay, we wouldn't be able to build that anyway. We can make our military more impressive. We are really stressed for glasssteel, honestly. That's a good tech. Getting us up into the last era so we can get the tech that doubles our dust income, probably worthwhile. Probably a pretty good thing to do, actually. So what is our glasssteel income? It is 6 per turn? So we have this intensifier. We really only have... Yeah, I guess that's right. I thought we had more glasssteel deposits. Red is not actually at war with us, right? Right, our status with Red is not such that they can suddenly attack us? Yeah, we're at Cold War with them. Okay. So these armies are headed for a green city. Although if we attacked them, we would get influence. I don't want to attack a red army that's backed up by 2 guardians with my main army in the ocean. Oh, their borders probably are green. Can we... Yeah, we can travel through Green's territory now. We'll do it in a way that doesn't take away any of their pearls. In the hopes that they won't close their borders to us. Because our army has to get home, or we're going to be in a little bit of a precarious position. If Red did decide to declare war on us this turn, there's not a ton we would be able to do about it. Pearls. So what do we have? We have Kasai that we could upgrade. Just trying to figure out what our standing army is right now. So we have Kasai that we could upgrade. We could upgrade these vine snakes. If we get attacked, and we have to do something, that's what we'll do. So yeah, we're hoping to not have to spend a lot of resources on military, though, especially since paying for military upkeep bites into our profits. And you know how I feel about that. Does anybody else need... No, everybody else has orders. Good. So we do need to get our dust up even further. We're still lower than I'd like. This stuff is going to be really good. We are 2 techs short. Let's pick this up because it's free. And I suppose we ought to pick this up. $15 pearls. Then 7 and 9. Wow, there's a lot of pearls up here. Yeah, so what's going on with our dust right now? Oh, well, for one thing is I forgot to re-enable the damn grass silk. So we're paying 295 dust per turn in hero upkeep. The hydromial, you know, it's coming. But we also have the dust orchid coming. That'll be helpful when that gets online. We're not actually getting Titan Bones. Oh, we don't have the extractors for the gold yet. I forgot. Open pit mine is actually useful to us because we have a region that has gold in it. And then we can actually build a luxury intensifier on one of the gold deposits and everything. Wait, okay, hold on. Your glass steel deposit isn't running. Unacceptable. I think I don't want... I talked about moving this city over so that we could strategic intensifier, but actually I think I want to keep it right where it is because the luxury intensifier is more important. Actually, the question is, does it need to move down here so that it can have both? Like, maybe... it's really awkward to settle near an anomaly, though. No, we're fine. We're fine. Oh, you know what this city could do, though? It has a lot of population now. Let's do that. And this. And this. Yeah, do those right now. We don't actually need to push our glass steel that hard. I know we were broke on it for a while, but I think we built most of the buildings that need it in most of our cities at this point. Alright, so Alliance has been good to us so far. Once we have our Empire plan in place, then we can talk about trying to make an alliance with Blue. Oh, I have military units that should have been moved. Well, I guess it's not so bad as long as they're not in another player's territory. It's not really that big a deal. All right, we're gonna get to winter immunity real quick. Cold operator. Red can't possibly win a war against Green, right? Green crushed them back into this little corner. Yeah, there's no way. No way. Okay. Mostly I was concerned about whether I was going to have to help. Oh, it would take 805. I mean, we could not do this part. What's our Empire approval rating right now? 91%. Plus 30% from cities. So right now we're 4,100 from cities. Although the trade route bonus is in here, is calculated into that already. The trade route bonus is a little under 1,000. So if we'd be going plus 50% trade route, minus 15% from cities. So the trade route bonus would go up to like 1400-ish. 14, a little higher than 1400. And our city bonus would drop from 4100 minus the 960 that's actually trade route income. Would drop from that number's 130% of our normal output. It would drop to 115% instead. But we'd also lose the science and the... Yeah, no, I think it's right to keep the approval bonus for now. Building buyout reduction doesn't really help us that much. I think this is... We're just going to leave it like this again. We need to accumulate even more. Alright, now let's go talk to Blue. We have 245 influence to play with. It would be cool if we were buddies. What do you think about all these pearls? Let's say we gave you 17,000 dust. I don't know if this would affect their status in the economic victory. Apparently it won't matter. They're in second place, though. Think about if all my trade routes could be with Blue, though. Think about what my trade income would look like. Can we give you some tech that you would like, maybe? Wow, 220 influence to trade tech. So all of our pearls would get us most of the way there. And then almost all of our dust. Jesus, what is this? How much dust is an actual deal here? 13.5? Okay, I'm not going to try to dial that in with there being 5 digits. But, like, this is a serious trade. Spending dust doesn't mean anything to us, though. We're finding pearls quickly. I'm doing it. I want the trade routes. We'll give this a turn to update, and we'll see how it ends up. I want the trade routes, and I want the diplomatic points. Let's have a look at the diplomatic victory counter. Yeah, we're right under green. Alright, we're all friends here. One more thing. I know I'm popping through menus really quickly, as maybe is a little annoying or disorienting, and if that's the case, I'm sorry, but I wanted to see... have 30 population in order to get minus 50% expansion disapproval. That would be really cool. Also, there is this. This is a thing that's really worth considering. 45 Mithrite, 45 Hyperium. We're actually pretty close. Complete 25 quests in order to get the Breastplate of the Pure. We're not in bad position on that. We're third place, but third place is so far, like, we'd have to do so many quests. That's not happening. And of course, we completely abandoned our faction quest because it would require us to take land from our allies, and we're just not interested in doing that right now. So we could buy the... We could and will buy the Mithrite to start working on this immediately. And for Hyperium. Okay. So the question is, where does it get built? It needs to get built in a place where we can do quickly. And the other concern is that if we build it in the capital, and in doing so cause the capital to acquire more dust territory, we have that dust transmuter. Let's turn off, or turn on the resource overlay just real quick. So any tile that naturally has dust on it has 10 additional dust on it through the magic of the dust transmuter. So we could like build it right here, and then build here, and it would... Oh, we'd have to actually build on this too, which we haven't done. Where could we build it? We could build it right here, and we'd only have to build one additional district. But if we build it right here, and we build here to level it up, then we could go back and get aquapulvistics. Which direction has the tiles with the most dust on them naturally? This direction, actually. Building it on this tile would pick up one. We actually don't have access to a ton. We can build it right here. Doesn't really get that much. Okay, I think this makes the most sense. The megapole will help push really hard to it. So we're going to take a short drop in our dust to get that going. Let's turn the resource overlay back off. What is this? Why is there a roaming army, a roaming neutral army in my territory? Weird. Those should not be here. Those are not allowed to be here. I think these green dudes may have snaked some pearls. Can't imagine what else they would be doing. I guess just we're gonna have this army just sit by a Landarin in case Red gets any bright ideas. And we're gonna go grab these pearls so that we have some. This Kasai is forever dedicated to just sailing around in the ocean, scooping up pearls every winter. How many is this? 5. Alright. So we'll hit and turn here. This should let our trade routes update. I'm curious what our trade route income will be. Oh yes, also. The Age of Heroes. Okay. So we actually don't have the luxury intensifier. Okay. What could you build that would even be useful to you? Ah, well, yes. Obviously, a gold extractor over here is a fine start. And you hold on, we're going to find some more pearls. See if we can't get that luxury intensifier up. Wow. I think that's the greatest distance we've ever sailed without seeing a bunch of pearls floating on the water. Okay, Jayden needs something. Oh, there's a place where we can have a dust orchid extractor that we don't already have it. Well, that's not okay. And then, you know what we need is technology to build stockpiles, because we could totally burn science stockpiles like really hard. Let's get, we should have that, probably. So out of curiosity, trade routes over a K now. How many of our trade routes are with blue? The vast majority, yep. Distance is a really big factor in the value of a trade route. Okay, so let's talk about what we have access to now. 2 new dust things, obviously, are going to be at the top of our list. There's also this, which is going to help with not necessarily needing to put 2 levels into the expansion priority track all the time. So... Oh, and we could get advanced extraction up in that one city so that we can get all the grass silk at super speeds. And then obviously this just needs to happen like super badly. So I think the play is this, then this, then this. Then this, embarrassingly enough. Actually, this comes before that. We'll click that off. I didn't actually click off. Okay. How many texts do you have to research for this? It doesn't actually say until you start researching. It's probably like 9, because, you know, mostly that's what they are. So red has an army marching on... I think green's going to be fine. I don't think we have to help them. We are going to snake some pearls. It was an honest accident. Oh, we're at the end of a turn, not at the beginning. But that did get us to 30 pearls, so we can now buy the luxury intensifier tech, and then begin to construct one on the gold next to the island city. Is green going to be upset with us? Yeah. We all admire the pearls, man. We're all simpatico on that. No need to get upset with me. Right, so I'm going to do that thing that I said. Unlock this blessing. And then construct such a blessing. Also, Webersigo has gained a level due to his city doing work. Get that industry. Okay, 3 turns for that. Oh wow, we almost have enough to 11,830. We're so close. Alright, well next turn we'll buy out the last 10 turns of that legendary, because I see absolutely no reason to wait. Why even have the dust if you're not going to spend it, right? There's an awful lot of armies moving through my territory. Why are my borders even open to red? There'd be fewer armies in my territory if red couldn't walk guys through my territory all the time. Okay, new winter means new pearl spawns. Man, and with vision comes knowledge of just how many damn pearls there are in the world. Actually, these guys should head down here for this one, because it turns out we have a group of dudes already in place to hunt these northern ones. We don't actually have to worry about that. It's not a thing that matters at all. Alright, well, our dust output is all screwed up because of the winter, and that's going to become an issue as the winters get longer and longer. But, thankfully, we're probably closing on Cold Operator for a couple of our heroes. Oh man, food situation is serious over here. Okay, how many people do I have to assign to food to not be losing? Alright, there we go. Food stockpiles are diminishing. Why are you guys taking so long? Stop taking so long. These are important structures. Our capital is like a pretty good city, man. Alright, what it needs now is more burrows. Let me get that thing to level up as quickly as possible. Okay, what's up? Decrease industry in Renar. Decrease industry in the capital. Wow, Pink went all the way from Alliance to Cold War in a single move. Another empire has succeeded in building the Throne of Emperors. We have succeeded in building the Reliquary. You have 14 of the 28 regions required for an expansion victory. Way too high. That number needs to be brought down like a lot. To be perfectly honest, I wouldn't be entirely opposed to, like, this number of regions, or maybe just a little bit more being Well, this number of regions is maybe a little small, but like it has to be, the number has to be smaller than it is now. Okay, I do not know why Pink freaked out on us all of a sudden. I'm assuming that what's happening is they're figuring out that we're close to winning. I mean, we may as well get the Emerald Extractor up. There's no reason not to be bringing in the emeralds, right? Okay, Renard is going to need this pretty badly. Capital's going to need it too. Actually, let's buy it in the capital and then move the citizens of the capital back to dust. Oh, you guys really don't have a dust depository yet? That's crazy. Also, that city could use some geographical expansion, but one thing at a time. Okay, let's get you on the front line where you can look intimidating. And you guys can go around and scoop up all of the pearls. It's crazy how many of my cities don't have the basic dust stuff. You know what? Rush build that too. The winter won't be 14 turns, we're okay. And so now that we have the luxury intensifier district, I think there were a couple of places where I actually wanted to put that to use, although I can't. Not sure. Maybe not. Oh, Lurtan. Lurtan certainly can. We need more grass silk, anyway. Very valuable to us. Alright, when this winter ends, our dust production should look pretty good. We'll get these new improved dust buildings out. I think we're maybe on the path here. She may never get to cold operator. It's fine. We'll deal. We're going straight for dust trickery on him. And then from there, cold operator. Alright, I do feel somewhat confident. Maybe that's not smart. Maybe I shouldn't feel that way. But honestly, I think we can get there. I think we're gonna do this. Oh, what does Red Saying even do? I never remember. XP on heroes. Okay. That's worthy. That could potentially get us an extra hero level, get us cold operator a little sooner, you know, whatever. Alright. Interminable winter should be ending like any minute now. Awesome. Did we just get a quest? No, we failed a quest. The Mizari did this thing. That's right, I totally forgot about that quest. I think that losing our alliance with Pink has probably not hurt our trade route income at all, although diplomatic point income is another story. Let's zoom out a little further. I want to try to get a view of how the various wars are going. Purple is eating it pretty badly here. Oh. Yes, please. So our trade routes are all screwed up, but that's because it's winter. It's hard to get a good valuation during the winter. But I came here because I wanted to look at this. So we did surpass green on diplomatic points, though. Which means that if we now just hold as many alliances as they have, they will not be able to win a diplomatic victory. Because we will get there first. Seriously though, winter, please end. Please, please end. After this winter ends and we get a good grasp of our finances, we're gonna call the episode, I think. Probably you guys don't go and read the comments on the old episodes all the time. But by request, the next game is going to be Ardent Mages. I'm pretty excited about that. I think the Ardent Mages are really cool. They have a neat gimmick that's very different than the other factions that encourages building pretty unusual city shapes. Actually, it looks like we may be playing until after the next Empire plan. Just given the rate at which we're moving here. Winter's gonna end, we're gonna get our Empire plan up, it's gonna be cool. So more pearls. Where are we at on pearls right now? Yeah, we've already recovered. We traded away just a huge, huge number of pearls, and we've already recovered a supply large enough that I can't imagine we'll use them quicker than we're getting them. Except that we may need to pray. This sucks. Let's not make it that one. Let's make it this one. I'll offer a couple prayers in that direction. This doesn't affect us at all. Minus food and minus approval would both have effects. So we can pull these guys off food. You should be... Yeah, it's very slightly self-sustaining right now. And we'd much rather have these people making dust. Yep, more grass silk. Always more grass silk. You guys are fine right here. Just sit here and look menacing, I guess. I kind of wish there was a button for automatically search for pearls within my territory. It would have to be within my territory, because the computer would get super mad at your auto-explore guy. Yeah, let's go make landfall. Get all the pearls on Dine Edge real quick, and then back into the ocean. You live at sea. Okay, we're gonna play till the Empire plan drops, because I want to see where we end up. We have banked a lot of influence at this point. You need Town Crier right now. And we're actually still having problems with our glass steel income. You have an intensifier. Wait. Yeah, okay, strategic intensifier. It showed its extractor as well, which is what confused me briefly. There's an extractor up here, right? Yeah. Yeah, we got it coming in. I mean, I'm being silly. The play is that we buy all the glass steel on the market, right? Because the cost of doing that is completely trivial. And then we rush by the... Oh, these buildings cost mithrite as well. Also, Renar should have this. Wow, 40 glass steel. That's crazy. But let's make sure we never run out of grass silk again. That's a big one. How much mithrite is available on the market? It's a bit expensive, but we'll buy a bunch of that too. What the heck? Okay. Now let's rush by town criers in a bunch of our cities. Oh. I ran us out of dust. How embarrassing. This should be pretty impressive, though. We should get a serious jump from these new buildings. Again, we do that, and then we have enough that we can afford to do this in just that we ran out of glass steel again. Okay, there's no more glass steel in the world. Trade route bonus. Thank you. Strikes far. I'll start heading for cold operator. And this is what I was interested in. So we can go to here for sure. This would be 1400. I mean, that's what we need, but we can't do it this turn. Or this plan. We can't quite get extra science. We don't really need building cost reduction. Actually, it would be helpful, though. Okay. So let's finish out the turn, and then we'll have a good number for our... We should get back in the water at the end of this turn. Okay. So now we should have a real number with our Empire plan applied, and the largest cities all now sporting that building. And our trade route bonus, and the bonus to our trade route bonuses. Let's see where we are at. We are at plus 9k, plus 9159. That feels pretty good. This looks like a declaration. Okay, this is bad for us. That's a lot of trade route income we lost. That one's going to have to be reestablished. She will have to change her mind. Simply not an option. Alright, well that's going to do it for this episode of Endless Legend. Ooh. Minus 50% city upkeep, by the way, is fairly serious. It's not as easy to see at a glance. It doesn't expose that number for you nicely, but this is what I want to leave you with right here. 41% of the way to the economic victory, 59% of the way to the diplomatic victory. We're going to have to reestablish a couple of our alliances, but I have a good feeling about this game. I think one of the AIs will probably turn on us toward the end and try to annihilate us before we can win. And we're going to have to stave that off. But we have the strategics that I think we can pull it off. Alright, come back next time, and we're going to try to actually do that. Fingers crossed. We'll see you then.